Hello, hello. We are live. This is Let's Vamonos Live, and we're coming to you straight from the Founders Lounge here at SESH Coworking Space, 2808 Caroline Street, Houston, Texas, Midtown. And I'm so excited. I'm going to wait a little bit, see if we can get some wonderful viewers on with us today. But thank you so much for joining with us. We are here live again at the SESH Coworking Space, 2808 Caroline Street, Houston, Texas. This is inside the Founders Lounge with a wonderful special guest coming up, which is Ashley Small, the founder and also the lead strategist for Medley Inc., a wonderful marketing company here in Houston, Texas. And we're just excited to be here. So if y'all are watching with us here, drop a line, say hello. If you're watching from Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, we want to know, we want to see y'all, and we appreciate all those that join in and drop in with us. But if you are not able to watch with us right now live, no worries. You can always watch this episode after it's been aired. But we're live right now, so we want y'all to come on with us if y'all can. And yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes of everything. We got a long list of things. And if those who noticed, we were not live last Monday. Desiree was in the weeds of life and of business and all the things. So I took a small break and didn't tell anybody. But we are so glad that y'all are able to still continue to be with us and support us. So just so y'all know, we didn't want y'all to let y'all down. We are back on it. We just had a short little break last Monday. So again, we have our wonderful guest, Ashley Small, that we'll be chatting with here in a little bit, but let's get to the community events. So we have this week, November 27th, College Day Co-working here at SESH Co, which will be downstairs. We're in the Founders Lounge right now. In the parlor area, they will be having an event where if you are from the local universities, Rice, U of H, Texas Southern University, St. Thomas, every Wednesday is for you. You get a discounted rate here at SESHCO, and you get an opportunity to get inspired by other professional women that are here in the space as well. You get access to resources and community that with valuable connections, and there's a lot. Because on those Wednesdays, not just the college students are here, but also Women's Work Wednesday is here, which is redefining women's work. These are our wonderful high achiever women, our entrepreneurs, our CEOs, our founders, all those wonderful women out there growing their businesses. They're also going to be here on Wednesdays. It's an opportunity for you to connect, to get a mentorship, maybe even for those women out there that are interested in getting interns, connecting with college students. I know the break is coming for the holidays, so I don't know how many people are going to be here this week, but if you can't make it this week, put it on your calendar. It's happening every Wednesday. SESHCO wants you to know every Wednesday, College Co-working Day, and then also Women's Work Wednesday as well. So we just want to make sure y'all know about that. And if you do come this week, the staff will only be here till 2 on Wednesday. So just a FYI on that as well. Another wonderful thing that's happening is our upcoming episodes. We have a great lineup for December, and we're super excited to share that with y'all, which is December 2nd, we have our wonderful Kat Artiga, who's sharing her new podcast with Chronicles with Kat. And then also December 9th will be our first live audience member guest. I don't know how do you say it? First live audience show. That's how you say it. With a guest panel featuring our wonderful Connie Leon, our amiga, and then also Electra. They are the organizers and also founders of the Latina Nutcracker Market that will be here in Houston that will actually be happening on December 15th. This is our first live show. We've already got tickets on sale right now. They are free. So it's free to attend our live audience show. Come out, join us. We're going to make this a whole event because we want to bring awareness to the Latina Nutcracker Market and talk about representation in our community and from the Latina leaderships that's happening here in Houston, Texas. Let me see if anybody's dropped in. I do see some people that have dropped in. Sandra says, and Anna Berry, thank you so much for joining if you're still with us. I know it's Monday, y'all, but I also know not all of y'all watch Monday Night Football. I know some of you ladies don't watch Monday Night Football. So come join us. And it's an opportunity for you to get a glass of wine, get a cup of coffee, either start dinner or finish dinner. One of those things that's happening right now, right? And join us during this episode. So I think that's it for the upcoming episodes. And as y'all know, we like to bring on our wonderful guest to chime in on the trending chisme. So we're going to bring her on and we're going to just, there you go. Look, there you are. So let's get in, make sure we're both in the frame here. All the logistics. Let me just move it just a tad. There you go. Perfect. So thank you so much, Ashley, for joining me today. I know it was a little unexpected on some of the things that you're expecting, but I'm really excited because I want people to know that this is not your typical podcast or live streaming show. This is something a little different. We like to bring something a little different to our community.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Thank you for saying yes. For those that don't know, Ashley is also a member here at the SESH Coworking Space. So you have your headquarters, I guess you could say. Your office is here. So how long have you been here at SESH Co?
So I've been here at SESH, and I kind of just stumbled upon it one day, wanting to meet a friend for a quick meeting, and then I ended up running a desk, and then I ended up running one office, and then ended up running two offices.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm here to stay. It's hard for them to get rid of me, and so I think SESH is the type of place that you come to and you just want to stay.
Yeah.
And that's my story here.
That's awesome. Well, that's good. But we're going to get more into that. But we like to talk about something that's called our Trending Chisme segment. And for those that don't know, the chisme is the gossip in Spanish. Okay. So we don't really gossip though, because, we don't do that. Okay. As entrepreneurs, we don't gossip. We just share the chisme in a different way. So the chisme is the shopping, right? So are you prepared to shop the deals this holiday season? Do you have a plan? Are you one of those people or shoppers that's like, okay, I'm ready for a deal, or you get those kids lists that are a mile long?
I have enjoyed the shops that have already started, and so many of the shops opened up Black Friday like a week ago.
Yeah.
So I'm guilty. I've already been online about 3 times, just kind of taking advantage of those deals.
Yeah.
I want to relax on Friday. I'm not going to hit the streets and be at the mall dealing with the traffic or with, aggressive customers. And so, no, I started kind of Black Friday shopping earlier. That's my game plan, is to get ahead of it, shop online, don't bother with the stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm the same as well. We're on the same wavelength of that. I've been at the Walmarts in the past to go and get in line. I have a funny story about my dad trying to get me a laptop a million years ago, and that was at a Walmart, and it was rough. It was a rough Black Friday event.
No need to risk your life.
No, not need to risk your life. Funny stuff that's been happening or coming up on social media is when big items would come out for the year. So like the Cabbage Patch Kids and the what is it, the Furbies or something like that? The Furbies, right? Those used to come out and people just the rage. And I don't know if there's anything like that right now.
That's true. If it is, I'm not aware of it. But Apple products are always a big one.
Yeah.
But so much of what we want right now is digital. And so I think anything that everything is downloadable. So
yeah, for sure. Do you do also Cyber Monday shopping?
I do Cyber Monday because we're a tech-centered company. I always take advantage of the Cyber Monday deals to really invest in work business. So nothing too fun, but getting down to business on Cyber Monday.
Yeah, let's get some new iPads or some new gear or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. Well, another thing that's happening this week that's already been trending on the social media is the entertainment, the movies, right? Yeah. So comes Thanksgiving week, comes the movies, comes the food, all that stuff. Do y'all have plans on going to see the movies afterwards?
I am so excited about Wicked. I know you have your list, but Wicked came out, and I'm trying not to be on social media because there's so many teasers.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to try to sneak out once my daughters sleep right around 7, and then go by myself, have a mommy night, go to one of those movie theaters that serve wine and food, and have me a whole mom night. Yeah. I plan to cry, and I plan to laugh, and I plan to sing.
Yes, for sure.
So that'll happen soon. I'm manifesting a good mommy night.
I love that. Have you ever seen Wicked?
I haven't.
You've never seen
Wicked, and so this.
Oh wow, this is going to be a monumental event. Awesome. I love that. Well, definitely make it a treat because I think it is a treat for all of us to be able to see that. I do see some people have joined the collective. Thank you for joining a Visage. And then my wonderful husband, he joined as well. If you're still on, thank you so much for joining with us. And I do see some people on Facebook as well. So thank you for joining us. Drop some comments if you like. We will try to get to them as well, and we'll definitely do a Q&A with Ashley as well if you have any questions regarding anything about her as we get through. So yes, so Wicked's happening, the Gladiator's happening, those two. I know if I asked my husband, he would be like, let's go see the Gladiator. He's like, I'm not going to go see Wicked.
I've heard great things about it.
Yeah, so I'm a little torn. I definitely want to do maybe a date night with my mom to go see Wicked, and then also something with the guys for Gladiator. But I always just love, that's one of my favorite things about the holidays is you get to spend time with your family, but then you get to go to the movies. That's kind of our thing too. We used to go a few years back when Coco came out. We saw Coco the day of Thanksgiving. I think we went to go see Coco, and that was awesome. I know some of y'all have chimed in on the social media polls. So if you haven't chimed in, no worries. You can chime in after this live is over. But we want to hear from y'all. We want to know exactly, are you going to go to the movies? Not like what's y'all's thing? And then Thanksgiving plans, right? This is a huge week for Thanksgiving. That's why I was so honored that you said yes to this episode, because I know people go out of town.
Yeah.
I know things are really crazy right now for the holidays and family. So I really appreciate your time. And but are you spending time with family for Thanksgiving? What is a typical Thanksgiving like for y'all?
So it just depends. Luckily, my family is very flexible, and they're all over the country. But this year we are in fact hosting at our house.
Okay.
And so family is coming in starting tonight all the way through tomorrow. So I will be leaving here, going to do some last minute dusting at home and making sure everything is all set. But so we'll be hosting. I have decided to spend my life with a lovely man who cooks. So I get to do the light work and making sure everyone's comfortable.
You just get to be the host.
You know,
like,
so
just come sit here. Let me put a table setting for you.
So I'm excited. So we'll be cooking at the house, hanging out there, just relaxing. Awesome. Yeah, I plan to, like you said, spend time with family, watch some movies, play some games, and just really unplug a little bit.
Yeah, I love that. Well, for us, we're gonna keep it small. We're gonna keep it really tight. We are going to have a catered Thanksgiving for the first time this year, because my mom was like, I don't want to cook, and I was like, and I don't want to cook, and we've done the Cracker Barrel Thanksgiving, y'all, and it's not great. So we actually hired somebody outside of a big box restaurant, and we're gonna get somebody to cater it. So we'll let you know how that goes.
I think that's a great idea.
We hope it goes good, but we also invited y'all, the community, to invite us to Thanksgiving, and nobody said anything. So just so y'all know, nobody invited us, which we were halfway joking, but we're like, well, maybe somebody might invite us, right? So we're gonna do that. We've done it all. We've gone out of town. We've stayed in. We've, 1 year or a few years back, my husband's a huge Longhorn fan. He used to spend every Thanksgiving at a football game before my kids came around. And then also finally I put my foot down. I was like, I don't think you could spend every Thanksgiving at a football game. It's like, come on now.
Yeah, we usually lose the men for half the day at least.
Yeah.
Off in the football room.
Yeah. Another cool thing, just a shout out as a recommendation for any of y'all that are interested. There's going to be some great live shows that are going to be happening. I don't know exactly on Thanksgiving, but this week and then after Thanksgiving. So holiday theater recommendations. The Alley Theater is going to have the Christmas Carol, or the Carol. Is it the Christmas Carol? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol, excuse me. And then also the Alley Theater is going to also have a night shift before Christmas. And then Stages Houston is going to be starting on December 6th. They're going to be having the wonderful Panto Pinocchio, which I'm really excited about as well. So I encourage y'all, if you don't want to go to the movies, maybe go to a show. Go to theater live. Right here on Let's Vamonos Live, we like to talk about theater live because it's really important for the Black and Brown community to be involved in theater. Go outside of the box. Check it out. See what it's all about. it's just as affordable as the movies these days, because y'all, the movies has gotten really expensive.
That's true.
And
or comparable to a concert.
Or a concert. Yeah, I know y'all like to go see Beyonce. So if y'all paying Beyonce tickets, y'all got Alley Theater money tickets.
I saw a Little Shop of Horrors like a month ago, and it was hilarious.
Yes,
at Hobby Center.
Yeah, yes. I didn't get to see it, but I heard it was great.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so those are some other opportunities for y'all. We want to just kind of chime y'all in on that. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that's been joining with us so far. J Glow Rentals, hey girl, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. But we want to get into a little bit about you. Why we have you on here, and we want to chat about you. So one of the things we like to do is also share a fun fact about yourself. So if you have a fun fact, something that maybe if somebody met you for the first time, they wouldn't know exactly, what that fun fact is, right? So anything you'd like to share with us as far as our community?
So I have been knitting since I was about 14 years old.
Oh, okay.
So
Love it.
my teachers, I was on the school paper, my teacher, she would just sit there and just knit. And one day I was like, can you teach me? And so we would spend class for like at least 3 weeks straight, and she'd teach me how to knit during class. And so it's just a fun habit. It's really relaxing.
Yes.
Something quirky and
so I have something that we have something in common.
Send it my way. Okay.
Something in common.
Okay.
My mother-in-law used to own a knitting store. Yes, and she taught me how to knit, and I've knitted scarves and hats and stuff, like nothing major, y'all. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm no pro.
No, I haven't been making my own patterns or anything like that. But she owned a knitting store in Austin for about 5 years, and she doesn't do that anymore. But that's one of her passions and hobbies. So knitting is very relaxing.
It's so relaxing and it's gratifying. I can't say that I've made anything that's worth selling, but even just worth me being able to look at something and be proud of it.
Yeah.
It's really gratifying.
I have gifted my mom a scarf, so I have done that. So that was something really cool I was able to do in my knitting process. I haven't knitted anything in a really long time though, because it is time consuming.
It is time consuming.
And you have to, and it's kind of one of those things, like once you start, you can't really just like put it away. No. Like, cause then you'll never finish it. But let's talk a little bit about Medley Inc. and about you. So one of the reasons why we wanted to connect with you is we saw all the wonderful things that you were working on with your business. We did see that you just established 15 years with Medley Inc. as in business, which is amazing, y'all. Like, kudos to you. Definitely giving you the props on that, because we know as women entrepreneurs, especially I'm a young entrepreneur. I say I'm a baby. I've been in this business for like 5 years, and I'm still a baby though. And so, I hope to make it another 5 years or more, right? So it's encouraging to see someone like you who's doing it and thriving, as far as I can tell, and also sharing the knowledge of what you do. So tell us a little bit about what Medley Inc. is first, for those that don't know, and kind of share a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so thank you and congratulations to you. 5 years is a milestone to be celebrated, so I hope you also acknowledge that that's a major milestone, and I hope you take the time to celebrate that.
Yes.
I have learned that each milestone should be celebrated, and so kudos to you.
Thank you.
So 15 years. So Medley, we started out kind of like it was a lifeline. I graduated from college. My first job out of college was at the Houston Chronicle.
Okay.
I'm excited. I got a job in the top 10 media market, and then within that first year, I was laid off.
Oh no!
And so luckily, I kind of knew it was coming. I was watching, people around me. This one day this desk is empty, next day this desk is empty, and I was like, okay, it's a matter of time.
Oh, no.
And I started kind of building up the business Medley in the meantime. This was the same year that Twitter rolled out, so like 2008, 2009. Okay. In that same year, half of newspapers across the country closed.
Yeah.
And so I knew it was a matter of time before my job was eliminated, because the newspaper industry was just shifting.
Yeah.
And so I started Medley, and we called ourselves Medley at the time, because I knew that my vision would be shifting. I wanted to have a company that was kind of moldable and bendable, and could offer a variety of services. And so that's why we landed upon Medley. But yeah, so we celebrated 15 years. I remember year 5 felt big to me, because I felt like, okay, I can do this for myself for years to come.
Yeah.
Year 10, I remember feeling kind of overwhelmed, and I did not really celebrate it. Year 15, I feel very content and confident. And don't get me wrong, it's not always easy.
Right.
Some days are really hard, and some days I cry. So I still have those days where I'm just like, why is it so difficult?
Yeah.
But then I'm proud of having the confidence and knowing that what we've accomplished for 15 years does have the kind of the basic tools to keep going for years to come. And so that feels pretty cool to kind of feel like, okay, well, yeah, I think we know what we're doing. I think we know the rhythm, the formula to keep this thing going. And so that's been most satisfying about turning 15 is kind of the confidence that it gives you.
Yeah, and that's it's important, y'all. It's important to have that confidence because if you, I always say we have to have the confidence of that mainstream mediocre person out there because believe me, there are some people out there that have way more confidence than they should, and we're like, wait, what? I'm over here gotten all these things, and why am I still second guessing myself, right? And that unfortunately sometimes comes with just the mindset of as being a minority or a black and brown girl trying to own that we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We have a vision, we have a mission. So as far as the strategy and the community impact that you've done here in Houston, because you got a wonderful accolade as well just recently on your recognition. I saw it on social media. She said, "Thank you so much for choosing me over Beyonce."
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no. So I want to comment about what you just said about kind of being women and minority. I think it's not only about kind of the imposter syndrome that you're kind of hinting at,
right.
But it's also like if you just don't see the examples, you just don't know.
Right.
I don't come from a family of entrepreneurs. I don't come from a family of wealthy individuals, and so it's literally no blueprint. So I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
You're kind of questioning, am I doing this right? This is what success looks like. And then you do get to a point that you're just like, well, I'm doing it. So of course this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like what I'm doing. And I think that's the cool part is to get to that place where you're just like, no, there's no blueprint, but I'm actualizing it. So this is the reality. And my daughter will now have a blueprint.
Yes.
But in terms of, so our 15-year anniversary, I did not want to do it because I'm so meticulous about events. And I was like, I don't want to do it. I'm going to be up all night thinking about it. But one of my team members was like, you have to do something, honor this day. So we did it. Planned it for maybe 60 days. And then 2 days before we learned that Beyonce and Kamala are doing their rally or hosting their rally. Yeah. And when I tell you Beyonce and Kamala are my best friends in my head. So I was like, should I but I knew that wouldn't be the right thing to do.
Should I move the party to the stadium?
And so I have friends, and even my niece, who was a first-time voter, super feminist, powerful woman. She's 20, so she just voted for the first time now, and she's gonna be like my number one kind of volunteer for the event. And I was like, listen, go see Kamala and Beyonce. Auntie's not going to be upset. Oh. But then I had other friends who made the choice to go. And so I did understand. I'm sure it presented a challenge for many people. Yeah. So we moved forward, had our event. It was filled with so much love and so much care. And Mayor Pro Tem Martha Castex Tatum, her office presented us with a certificate of appreciation. And what I thought was so meaningful was that these certificates, they're handed out at events a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think they're often done with care. But the specific language she used in that video about the value of small businesses, the legacy that a small business has the potential to leave, that's what really touched my heart, was being affirmed in the work that we do. So thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Martha Castex Tatum and your office for taking the time out to write that up, share those words, and be present at our event.
Yeah, no, it's important. So for those that don't know, Let's Vamonos is a huge advocate for the small business community. We are here to make sure that the small business community is highlighted and promoted and just uplifted in all of what we do because we see the work. I've seen the work from the wonderful Latina community, whether it's the craft business or the digital media business or the other businesses that are out there. I've seen the work that they do behind the scenes because I've either connected with them or just worked with them. And so we know how much time and energy is put into, and we know that we are making a huge impact in the community. It's not just so you can be a business on the top, Fortune 500 one day. It's so you can make a huge impact on your community as well. And those are some great things to be able to accomplish. So as the Medley I've read it's a PR and a marketing company. So for those that are out there that are, interested in those types of things, I know personally that people get confused about the wording PR, marketing, and advertising, right? These are three words that people just don't really know what that means. So share some misconceptions of what people think y'all do as a business.
That is a great question, a great prompt. So people think that we promote parties sometimes. Someone asked me today, would I help them go out?
That's what I do, y'all.
Yeah, that's what she does. We have an expert who does as well. I'm not that person. Yeah. We have people who ask us, will we help them go acquire new business? And our work naturally lends itself to that, but that's not what we do.
Right.
What else?
You're not a headhunter.
I'm not a headhunter. So those are the two biggest misconceptions that we're going to go out and actually broker relationships for you that help you engage in new business deals or to plan parties. Under the marketing umbrella, so I look at it like this: marketing is the big kind of umbrella, and PR is one service that sits under it.
Right.
Digital marketing is one piece that sits under it, and then under the PR and digital marketing micro umbrellas, there's many more. And so we specifically, if someone comes to us and they say, I need full service marketing, I will say in the most gracious way possible, we are probably not the firm for you. So if they're looking for their logo, their messaging, their website, their entire brand to be built, we're not the best agency, but we know some fantastic ones around town that we'll then refer them to. Once those T's are crossed, I's are dotted, give us a call.
Right.
And then we will take what's already kind of packaged there and make sure it's elevated on social. Right. So then we start to write their newsletters, the articles, write their social content, capture photos, videos, all this type of stuff that you're doing here. And then
and I just learned about newsletters. Just so y'all know, some of y'all might know that have been following. I just got into the newsletter game, and I just got an email marketing girl, and y'all, it has changed my life. So yeah,
it's incredible. I tend to bounce around when I think about different topics. So I want to go back to newsletters. But then the PR side of it is very different than the digital side because we're focused on outreach to media. And so we're trying to make sure our clients are reaching their target audiences by being on television, by being on radio interviews, by being in print and newspaper magazines. Yeah. So that's the media relations side. We do not do everything that falls under the marketing umbrella. Newsletters are incredible because, as you've seen with, for example, X, people are leaving X. Right. We don't own these platforms. We do not know who will own these platforms. We don't know who will have access to our information and our clients' information. So we really strongly advise for our clients to build out their newsletter database and to use that as their main channel for consistent communication with their audiences. So I'm glad you said that.
Yes, I found out how important it is, and I found out that I was also giving y'all some insider in the sense that I found out how important it is that I have this data and I'm not doing anything with it, right? I'm not utilizing it. So the email marketing side for me was a part that I just really needed to tap into. And it wasn't until I really started to work and partner with our wonderful business that we'll be featuring next month regarding all the things that she's doing for me. I realized, oh, wow, I have all of these assets, and I'm, like I said, I'm not utilizing them. So the goal is to hit 500 emails. And I'm almost there, y'all. So I've been very proud of the work that we kind of done in the back end. But like I said, when you have the emails and you're not doing anything with it, I was kind of leaving my supporters dry. Yeah. I wasn't nurturing them like I should be. Yeah. So now I'm nurturing them.
Good. I love to hear that. I love to hear it.
Yes. Well, I see some more that have jumped on. I see Selena. I see Diana. Oh, Andrea, thank you so much for joining. Laura with Radiant Vida Spa, thank you so much for joining. Little Missy J, thank you so much for joining. If you're still on, we love to shout y'all out and obviously drop some questions. Oh, I see some more here. Oh goodness, I'm sorry guys. Hi everyone, Sam Gloves. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your business. We appreciate you. Well, this is the first time we've gotten somebody putting out their own business information. The wonders of social media, y'all. We appreciate it though. But yeah, let's also talk a little bit about some of the challenges, right? So you've shared a lot about the triumphs, right? The good things that have happened, but there's also some of the challenges that happen when you do have a business that has been going on for a really long time, right? You've had to probably overcome some obstacles and overcome some things that that some of us have to sometimes learn the hard way.
Yeah, for sure.
So could you share some of those things that maybe, and I know something that we both are related to is the mom life and the entrepreneur life, right? So those are some obstacles as well. So tell us, how do you balance that out? Like, is there stuff that just gets, kind of left to the wind?
Yeah, that's a good observation in terms of motherhood, as well as just thinking about the overall challenges. I think there's just a tie-in, they're connected to me. I've definitely experienced greater challenges now that I'm a mother.
Yeah.
And so I think when you're in a service-based business, and your kind of equity and your bread and butter is based on your like intellect, you're constantly having to think about how to show up as your brightest and best self mentally. I'm not pushing a product that I can put on the shelf and let the product do the work. I'm having to bring my full brain to the table every day. And that becomes challenging because I'm dealing with maybe 10 to 20 clients on average each day that I'm interacting with. Love my clients. And also, my employees and contractors, which can be anywhere from 5 to 10 a day. And then my daughter, who has the energy of 30 to 50 people because she's 3. And so, she's 3. She'll be 3 this coming week, next Monday.
God bless you.
So 3-nager. We are thick in 3-nager mode. And so
it's not terrible 2s anymore. It's the 3s.
No one warned me.
Nobody warned me. It's the 3s. Terrible 2s. That's old school. Yeah,
I'm learning.
I have 2 boys, and thank God they are above the 3s now. But we're now in real teenager mode, 13 and 11. So I got a preteen and a 13-year-old. So yeah, I feel you on that. So she's probably got a lot of energy.
It's that age where they know what they want, but they also need your help.
Right.
And so you trying to find that balance between like, let me help you, but also give you a lot of autonomy. This modern parenting is gentle parenting. So I'm always taking deep breaths and and trying to find the right language to both empower her and direct her. And that happens in the business world too. And so as a leader in my company, I am empowering my team, but I also need to be a confident, courage, outspoken, and direct leader, but also giving them the autonomy to be creative. And so that's been challenging. Is I think for the first 13 years before I became a mother, I poured so much of my energy into growing my team. And now I am encouraging my team to do more cross learning and cross teaching, which is fantastic. And so here at SESH, we have one office where my team, 3 full-time employees who work in the office, they all gather in that space, and then I'm next door. And I just love hearing them brainstorm. And they actually do a lot of brainstorming before the idea comes to me.
Right.
And then my team, my clients also do a lot of internal dialogue before they bring kind of a package of a plan to us. So I actually do have really thoughtful team members and clients. Ultimately, though, I have realized I need another person. Another leader to help manage it all. And so the biggest challenge I face as a mother and entrepreneur has been balancing it all, making sure when my workday ends, I have some energy left over for my child. And I can give her the best of me. Making the decision to take on work because it feels good to my soul and my values. And so my daughter can be proud of me. I've been much more discerning now that I'm a mother because I want to do work that feels good when I think about my legacy. And then the other thing I want to say as a business owner, scaling and building a team has always been difficult. I see you're building your team, but hiring the right talent, retaining the right talent, creating a growth plan for that talent. I mean, that's just a challenge, especially when you don't have other leaders working with you. And so I would say those are the biggest challenges. And then finding the right partners. We've been approached by investors before, and it's just never made sense for me. Someone coming in wanting majority stake and not offering a financial incentive that makes sense to me for something I built for 15 years. And so I would say scaling and identifying the right partners has been very challenging for me too.
Yeah, those are some great tips right there, because you're right. When I came into this as well, this business, I didn't realize I was going to be in a leadership role. And being the CEO, an entrepreneur of your business, you're in a leadership role. So you're leading the team. And so we've definitely had to grow through some of our challenges as well. Like we got an outline now, y'all. We got things, we got a format. We have all these wonderful things that we've learned. Yeah, we've got a beautiful setup. We've created great partnerships. And I think that's also one thing I've learned as well. And I think it's important. I'm so glad you mentioned it about the leadership, because there are some people that are bosses, and then there's people that are leaders, right? And there is definitely a distinguishing difference between those two types of people. And those 2 types of people are the types of people that are going to really make or break you to some extent, and you kind of have to learn how to navigate that. And I've also had to learn how to really lean into that confidence of a leader as well. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I need and what I want. And I've learned that working with other people in the same industry or similar industries, not everybody knows what they want or what they need.
Right.
And so you kind of have to get through that, right? So I appreciate you giving us some of that feedback. And let me see if there's anybody on chatting with us and want to drop a line. I see A Art Show. Thank you so much. Patty Tells All, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you chiming in with us. If y'all have any questions for Ashley regarding business or being a mom or, all those things, or, want to know where she's gonna go watch Wicked. Y'all gonna join her? Let us know. Drop a comment, and we'll get to them as soon as we can. But in the meantime, for those that are also chiming in or listening to us, you have any tips or advice for those that are maybe wanting to be aspiring entrepreneurs?
Can I move out of frame for just a
second? Yes, ma'am. Oh, give us just a second. We got
a little bit of congestion.
Yeah.
Whatever's happening in the atmosphere.
The sinuses
landed in my pillowcase. What was the question again?
So any tips or advice for aspiring entrepreneurs that watch our show that or also that are kind of like in that beginning stages, as far as what advice or tips you'd give to them to kind of like, make some moves?
Yeah, I love what you said about wanting to be an entrepreneur, but not taking into consideration how important it is that you develop your leadership skills. And so I think about, I think one thing that's critical is to identify whether you want to manage people or manage a product.
Yeah.
Because those are totally different things.
Yeah.
And so once you decide, in my opinion, once you decide to grow a company that's centered on growing people, you should take that responsibility very seriously because they're dedicating their time, their energy, their life. I mean, life is, in my opinion, short and precious. And if someone decides to spend their life with you, a big part of their life with you, I think as a leader, you should take that seriously and take the time to help them grow.
Yes.
If you're not interested in that, totally fine. So I think then you build your business in a way that you do not have to interact and build people. So I think kind of consider the models.
Yeah.
If it's something that you can just hand off to others and let them run with it, if it's something you have to grow people, or if it's just a product that you never have to interact with people. So I think that's important. Yeah. And then I would say to think about whether or not you want to bring in a partner. I'm not regretful about not having a partner all these years, but I think I could have made some more sound decisions if I had someone who's a little more business oriented than I am. I'm such a visionary. I'm a creative. I'm a big picture person. Yeah. And this person that I'm bringing in now has more of a business background. Yeah. And so they'll be able to help me make just more sound decisions that are centered in pragmatism, opposed to like the next big shiny thing. And gratefully, the next big shiny thing has allowed us to stay afloat for 15 years, but it just makes things a little more challenging sometimes. When you don't have someone who has a passion for the business side of running a business. Yeah.
No, I can totally relate to a lot what you're saying, because I personally am also creative as well. Yeah. And so I'm still learning about business. Like I said, y'all, I had the email marketing girl come in and like educate me and tell me all the things. And I'm like, oh, she's like, this is where you get leads. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All these things. And it's just some things that people don't really know starting out the gate, right? So I appreciate that you're sharing. I feel like this is a great conversation for myself as well, because I am also making those milestones, but at the same time, I've had to learn more about business than I ever thought I was going to have to learn. I thought somebody else was going to take the business part for me. And I didn't realize that I was going to have to really learn it myself. And I'm also one of those people, I love to learn all the aspects of what I do. So then I can say, okay, hey, can you do this for me? Can you, write this email or contact this person? That's really important, because it is a job that is not necessarily always has to be done by me as well. So I've definitely grown into that. Let me see if there's anybody that's dropped any questions or lines. Oh, howdies. A-Art Show said, howdy. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you chiming in on us. You wanted to say something?
I was going to say, but you're right. It is smart to know the core basics of how to run your business, the core basics of your financial structure for your business. Have your own kind of KPIs, key performance indicators for your business before bringing someone else in. And so that feels cool to have a sense of what the back end of my business looks like before bringing someone else in. So I'm glad you said that. It may not be our greatest, the thing that excites me is up in the morning, but it's something that you're able to spend some time on.
Yeah, yeah. And to know that these are not just my struggles, y'all, or just your struggles. This is any businesswoman's struggles.
Oh, yeah.
These are things that are very common. So if you're not going through this, either you're not doing enough,
right,
or you're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. But this is very, I think, very relatable for small business owners, this conversation we're having. So we definitely hope that y'all take away some wonderful assets from this conversation, and just also some wonderful things that you have shared with us today, Ashley. Any last words before we say goodbye to our wonderful community and kind of, get ready for that turkey to get basted? Well, you're not going to baste it, but
no, but I do always like to leave something to like indulge, to spend some time learning. The last question you asked, I wanted to share some books that I really, really kind of live by. The first one is called Traction, and that book helps kind of give you the big picture to develop your business. I love it. It's like a lot of us as small business owners don't have an operating system,
right?
And it kind of gives you the tool to write out your own operating system and your growth plan. I also love Profit First. It helped me develop our financial model at our company.
Okay.
And then the last one is the Lean Startup. The Lean Startup really shifted the way I think about business. And so the idea is to think about what is the minimum viable product, what's the most micro version of my business, and then how do I grow from there. I think we often feel like we have to kind of come out with all the bells and whistles, but what's the minimum thing that I can do to prove the concept even works?
Yeah.
And that idea is kind of the center of the book called The Lean Startup.
Okay.
Only other thing is just to be bold, fearless, and be gentle with yourself. That's my biggest advice for other entrepreneurs out here.
Yeah. Well, I love that. We appreciate that. We're definitely going to run with that as well. Just as a reminder though, y'all, we go live every Monday at 6:30. So come and join us every Monday. We have already put up our future lineup for the rest of the December. So we're ready for y'all. We're ready for y'all to come and join us on the live, if not in person at SESH on the December 9th episode, which will be a live audience, free entry. There'll be some light refreshments and some great opportunity to connect and network with other wonderful entrepreneurs and community members here at SESH as well. But just as a reminder, y'all, thank y'all for the love and support. Let's vamonos. Bye.